look, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of game on the credit, trade lines, stuff like that. A lot of people be wanting to know how can they increase their credit, how can they increase their score. You know, if you in the midst of trying to clean your credit and you still need to get something done, like you need to get a car or you need to get an apartment, you need to get anything that requires for you to have to put down your social for you to get some credit, you need to go with getting you a CPN. You need to go with getting you a CPN. If you don't know how to get a CPN, hit me up. I got somebody who can get you one. $200, you're gonna get a clean CPN. It ain't gonna be nothing of a lot of these people be giving you CPNs that be from dead people and shit like that. You don't want no fucking CPN like that. You know what I'm saying? And a CPN ain't illegal. It's just your intent on what you're doing with it. So if you're trying to go get credit just to burn that shit and not pay it back, that's definitely illegal. But if you just want a fresh start, like get you an apartment and you plan on paying for your apartment, you plan on paying for your car, paying for whatever type of credit that you get granted, you know what I'm saying? If you plan on paying on that, you know, the intent ain't illegal. I don't advise you to try to go buy a house. You can't go buy a house. Whoever told you can buy a house with a CPN is a lie. You can't go buy a house, but you can rent an apartment. You can rent an apartment. You can you can go get you can finance vehicles. Let me see what else. You can get like department store credit cards like Kohl's, JCPenney's, Children's Place, Best Buy, Walmart, because Walmart is with Synchrony Bank. You can go to places like Zales and the other one is they basically the same company. They under Community Bank. But you know, I'm just giving y'all a little bit of game because a lot of people be asking me like, bro, you know all of this shit and you don't be giving them no game. So I'm just gonna start dropping it on my YouTube channel for y'all. You know what I mean? So y'all can just like, subscribe. You know, I just want to grow my YouTube channel, to be honest. You know what I mean? But you know, I do music too, so you know, I just want to grow my YouTube channel. I'm gonna be dropping jewels in my music as well. You know, so I just want y'all to subscribe. I'll give y'all all the game on the CPNs, on the motherfucking trade lines. I got the plug on the trade lines, real good trade lines. I got the plug on primaries, real primaries that you could put on your actual social. They're not gonna go on the CPN, but they are legit. Anybody telling you they selling you primaries that already got age history on it, they a damn lie. Anybody trying to tell you that they can give you a mortgage primary, that's a fucking lie. Anybody trying to tell you they can give you a mortgage, a primary auto loan, they a motherfucking lie. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit costs to report, and most people that's reporting is banks. You know what I'm saying? So in order for you to have a primary, you have to actually go get a car, and then the bank start reporting from that day that you know, got your auto loan. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way they can backdate it for years and shit like that. But I got places where I'm gonna be dropping jewels in my other videos, but I got places where, you know, you're not gonna have a mortgage, but I can show that you've been paying your rent on time, and I can backdate that by 24 months. You know what I'm saying? So if you're trying to clean up your credit, you know what I mean, you need some age history on your shit, I can definitely do it. I got, like I said, I got the plug on the CPNs too. You know what I'm saying? I got the plug on all the trade lines for the low. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna take long to post, none of that. You know what I mean? Just tap in with me. I can definitely make sure you straight. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep dropping these jewels on my channel. Y'all just make sure y'all like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, anybody that wanna know how to do CPNs, tap in with me, follow me on Instagram at JTizzle, at JAYTIZAL. You know what I'm saying? I'll tap you in with my people that's doing the legit CPNs. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no recycled number. Ain't nobody gonna be using it. You'll be able to log in to Credit Karma. You'll be able to log into Credit Check Total, Experian. You'll be able to log into all of them spots. You know what I'm saying? Before your line even hit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people try to tell you, oh, you can't log in because you gotta do a hard pull. You gotta do a soft pull. Them niggas ain't handling their business right, nigga. I can log into some shit right now that don't got no trade lines on it with no score, but it's a real legit CPN. You know what I'm saying? And when you doing your CPN, you cannot use. Go ahead. You cannot use no. You cannot use an address you didn't use before. You can't use no phone number you didn't use before. None of that shit, because it's going to merge with public record. Public record is based on your date of birth and your name. It ain't based on no social. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when you doing the CPN, you got to make sure you're not using the same address you didn't use before. You got to make sure you're not using the same phone number. None of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So go get you an address. Find you one on Zillow. You know what I'm saying? When you working your CPN, you don't really need the address, you know, where the mail going to, unless you getting your credit cards and shit like that. If you just trying to get an apartment and you trying to get some utilities, the utilities don't matter, because you could just put that shit in your email. You can start signing up for paperless billing and get all your shit into your email. You know what I mean? Just use an email you ain't never used before. Quit being lazy. Go just get on Google, Gmail, Yahoo, AOL, wherever, and just sign you up. Get you an email. I prefer to use shit like AOL, because it's not like places like Gmail and shit. That's just like the common place people go do like fraud shit. You don't want to be in the category of people doing fraud with a Gmail account. You know, them Gmail accounts is kind of, you know, it's just fishy for some reason, because most people just, when they think about getting an email, the first place they go is Gmail. That's just, I don't know, that's just the most popular one. But just think outside the box, you know what I mean? Also, when you work in your CPN, look up the places you want to go, and then Google what type of banks what banks use that those companies go through, and then look up what credit bureaus those banks pull from. You know what I mean? That way you can go look at your score. You know what I'm saying? If you work in your CPN and you trying to benefit, you trying to maximize from it, sign up for the little $30 a month credit monitoring. If you doing it right, $30 a month ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's $1 a day, and you can make $3,000 in a day working your CPN. You know what I mean? I can show you how to work your CPN with the credit card game, how to capitalize off your shit. I can show you how to buy the shelf corporations. You know what I'm saying? I can show you how to clean your credit so you could be the personal guarantor on your shelf corporation, instead of trying to trust somebody else. You know what I mean? Because when you get funded with these shelf corps, they legit. So when you get funded and you putting it in somebody else's name, and you got $100,000 going to their account, or you got $200,000-$300,000 going to their account, you know what I'm saying? Who's to say that they ain't gonna do no fake shit or no flake shit? You know what I mean? You work it. You might have a bigger goal to do something different. You know what I mean? And you working on somebody's credit, and then they motherfucking score go up higher than they ever seen it in life, and they start applying for all these cards. Now you got all these inquiries. That's another thing we need to talk about. You cannot have a bunch of inquiries on your shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it shows that you desperate for credit. You know what I'm saying? And when creditors go look at your credit report, they don't want to see that you out here desperate for credit. They don't want to see that you out here using all your damn credit cards, because they feel like your income, you're not surviving off your income if you got to use your credit cards. Always keep your shit. They say keep it down under 30%. My shit be like 7%. You know what I'm saying? It just look real good when they show you don't need it. Like, nigga, you got 30,000-40,000 in credit, and you only using like $700 of it or something. You know what I'm saying? You just want to make it seem like you don't really need the shit. You just got it. You know what I'm saying? But I can show you how to get. I can show you my trade line vendor. I've been fucking with them since 2014. You know what I'm saying? And anytime I get you a line, if your line don't post for some reason, and we gonna give you the steps to show you what to do to prove that you did everything on the date you did it, and send the screenshots, and we gonna upload them. We gonna make sure everything is documented. So if some reason that line didn't post, then by right we gotta give you either a refund if you wanted one, or we gotta put you on the line that's equivalent to that one. You know what I'm saying? But that's very rare. So it ain't no losing when you dealing with this shit. Not with me. You know what I mean? Like I say, I've been helping a lot of people. A lot of people, you know, in the public don't really know, because in my music, I just started talking about this shit. You know what I mean? Because I be hearing people trying to drop all this music about you know, the credit and, you know, jugging and shit like that, but they don't go deep enough. Like, I be listening to what they saying, and it's just some basic ass shit. I'm like, nigga, I could really tell some stories, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like I'm gonna start doing it with the music and doing this shit with vlogging with y'all, giving y'all some game, cause niggas game me up, you know what I mean? And it ain't illegal. If it was, I wouldn't be recording myself talking about this shit. Now, you can go do illegal shit with it. That's just like guns not being illegal. But if you go rob a motherfucking store with it, you just did some illegal shit. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. Like, you know, if you got your shit and you doing some legitimate shit with it, then do your legitimate shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, just tap in, y'all. I'm going to be dropping a whole bunch of jewels on how to survive, you know, off your credit. How to survive when you ain't got to ask a motherfucker for shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you how to jug, how to get your money up. You know what I'm saying? With different bank accounts. Like, I'll show you how to do this shit for real. Just tap in, my nigga. This is my first vlog. You know what I'm saying, about the CPN. I know I was kind of all over the place, you know, because it's just so much shit on my mind I be wanting to say when it come to this type of, you know, this type of shit. But, you know, if you want to do the CPNs, make sure you do not use the same address. Make sure you get a good CPN that ain't gonna be used by nobody else. Something that ain't gonna be from a dead person, because those get reported to the credit. Those get reported to the credit bureaus. You know, after somebody passed away, they have to do it. You know what I'm saying? And you'll have a CPN. You'll been to pay for a CPN that you can't even fucking use because it's already been issued to a person that's deceased. You know what I'm saying? They gotta put it on file when somebody die. You know what I'm saying? Because people used to take on other people's identity when they died and go buy mortgage houses and shit like that. So, you know, after that, I think it was a big story that came out like in the 90s or the early 2000s where a dude was living under somebody else's name that had passed away. And when one of his family members looked him up, I think it was his nephew, it had said that he had just got married and shit like that. And he like, that can't be right because my uncle passed away. You know, and then they did some investigation. This man had a whole family in this old dude's name. So his kids and everything was born under another dude's name, you know. So they, you know, for 20-something years, they had believed that that was their name and that was their daddy's name. The wife, all of that shit, you know what I mean? So after that, they started making sure that they report people's death, you know what I'm saying? So they got a death file for people, and if you get a CPN for somebody that's somebody else's social that passed away, it ain't gonna be no fucking good. You know what I'm saying? So quit believing all of these motherfuckers. Quit just rushing into shit. Do your research. Tap in with me, because I done already took my L's. I done already did my research. I'll show you how to eat for real. You know what I'm saying? So shit, just I'm pulling up to Thundercuts to the barbershop. You know, that's my income too, cutting hair. Keep me out of trouble. But yeah, man, I'm tapping in with y'all. Y'all tap in with me, all right? Bet.